Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the lesson 4, that is metals and non-metals. Yes, my dear friends, have you ever thought, beta, why is the ring shining? And what is the pencil lead? Lead means the black foam by which you write on your notebook. That pencil lead made of. What is the foil made of? Foil, you bring tiffin into the school and you have wrapped chapati into the foil. That foil is made up of which material? Which? Have you ever thought? What is scale made of? The scale by which you draw line. You use in maths mainly. That is made up of. Have you ever thought कि by which materials they all substances are made of? What are they? They all are elements. They all are, you have already studied. They all are elements. All the chemical substance you have studied already in previous class. They all are made up of the materials, the substances which are nearby us are made up of either they are either pure or impure. Pure means beta, pure substances means they are made up of only one kind of atom. Okay, and then impure means they are made up of more than one kind of atoms, and their ratio is not fixed. You can add anything, 1 spoon, 2 spoon, 3 spoon into other substance mixture. No ratio is fixed. Then pure substances beta are also divided into two kinds, elements and compound. You know very well all these about this. Then elements, there are beta total 118 elements, and out of 118 elements only 92 are found in nature, and they are most abundant जो found in nature are hydrogen and helium. The elements which are found in the nature, 92 elements, they are either in the form of metals or in the form of non-metals. Only 22 non-metals are there which are found in nature. All others are metal. Okay, beta? Understand? All the elements are either metals or non-metals. Now you will say, beta, कि how we can say that it is metal, it is non-metal. You can't say, na? You should know some properties. On the basis of that you can say that it is a metal, it is a non-metal. So today now we will discuss about the properties of metals and non-metals, on the basis of which you can say that it is non-metal, it is metal. So physical properties of metals and non-metals. If we will see first the physical state, if we will discuss about the physical state of metals and non-metals. Physical state means appearance or physical state, either they are solid, liquid or gases. They, you know very well, physical states of matter are either all are found in solid state, liquid state or gaseous state. So we will discuss about metals. All metals are solid at room temperature. Why we have written here room temperature? If we will heat them, then they can melt also. The change from the solid will change into the liquid state. So at room temperature we have to see all metals are solid at room temperature. Now exceptions are there in science, beta. Mercury, you have seen mercury? Yes, tell me. Mercury is filled in thermometer. Where you use thermometer? Thermometer is used to measure body temperature in the clinics. Mostly it is used. Very good. So mercury exists in liquid state. You have seen mercury is a metal, and then also it is found in the liquid state. So exceptions, all metals are solid at room temperature, but mercury exists in liquid state. All non-metals, if we will discuss about the non-metals, then all non-metals are solid or gases. But exception is there here also. Bromine is only non-metal that exists in liquid state. Now we will talk about the luster. What do you mean by luster, beta? Lusters means the ability to shine. The metals have the ability to shine. You have to now see the things which have the ability to shine. Even they can reflect light, and they can be polished also. And now you have to find out the things. If you will discuss with your mother, then your mother will tell that I wear gold ring in my finger. Beta, see, it has the ability to shine also, you can see, and it can be polished also. So what are the example? Gold, silver and platinum. Whereas we will talk about the, if we talk about the non-metals, then non-metals are not shiny. As I have told you earlier, you can take pencil lead, and that is non-metal, and that is dull, not shiny. You can see yourself. Then now talk about hardness. Most metals are hard, but very few are. Most metals are hard, but some are soft. Exceptions. Sodium, potassium are too much soft, beta. Even we can cut these metals with a knife. Okay, and whereas non-metals are soft, but exception is also there. You have seen diamond is a form of carbon, but it is the hardest substance, hardest found in the nature. It means non-metals are soft, but exception, diamond is the hardest substance. If we will study properties of metal and non-metal in the comparison form, then you will find very much easy about this, and you can learn easily. If it has been asked what are the difference between the metals and the non-metals, then also you will find easy to write it. So now we will discuss about the properties of the metals and non-metals in tabular form. First we have discussed about physical properties, second we have discussed luster, third hardness, fourth very simple density, mass per unit volume. So most metals have high density. If we will talk about the density, high density, only sodium and potassium have lesser density, and you can say even lesser density than water also, or all other metals are denser than water. And non-metals have low density as compared to metals. Color, if we will see the color, you can see color. Gold, as I have told you, gold your mother wear ring in the finger. What is the color of gold? Yes, yellow color, good. And copper, which is copper wire, you can see the color which is used in the connections of the electrical connection while doing at home. Copper is reddish brown in color. So you can easily write down the colors. Most metals are white or silver gray in color, but exception, gold is yellow in color and copper is reddish brown in color. Now we will talk about non-metals. Non-metals are colored, but some are non-colored. Bromine is a brown liquid. Iodine, you can see. Doctor use iodine while you get wounded. So doctor apply iodine, povidone iodine on your wound. That, what is the color of that povidone iodine? That is, yes, who will tell? Violet color. Yes, very good. Whereas nitrogen and oxygen are colorless gases. Understand? Now next point, malleability. Malleability means, beta, uh, if we will see the jewelry of gold and silver, then very thin sheet you can see. Malleability means the property by virtue of which metals can easily be beaten into thin sheet is known as malleability. Mostly metals can be beaten into thin sheets or foils, you can say. Most malleable metal, if we will see now, gold and silver. Other metals can be beaten into thin sheet are iron, you can say, aluminium, tin, copper. But non-metals, they can't be beaten into thin sheet or foil. They are soft in nature. Okay. Graphite, you can see, they very soft in nature. Now next point, ductility. As we have seen in the malleability, the process by which metals can be beaten into sheets. Now in the ductility, what is the property of ductility? The property by virtue of which metal can be drawn into thin wires. Metals can be drawn into thin wires. As you have seen, copper metal, okay, but if we will see about the metals, then copper, silver, gold, out of these, gold and silver are the most ductile metals known. If we will see the silver and 1 gram of silver, if we will talk about the 1 gram of silver, then it can be drawn into very big wire, very big wire. So 2 ग्राम लॉन्ग वायर बना सकते हैं बेटा. अगर हम 1 ग्राम सिल्वर ले लें तो 1 ग्राम सिल्वर से हम 2 किलोमीटर लॉन्ग वायर वी कैन मेक. 2 kilometer long. It means metals are ductile in nature. Gold and metals, silver are the most ductile metal. What I have told, if we will take the 1 gram of silver, then we can make 2 kilometer long wire. Okay. Now next point, whereas non-metals are brittle in nature, they can't be drawn into thin wires. Okay beta. Now next point, thermal conductivity. Conductivity means they allow heat to pass through them. Thermal means heat. It means the thermal conductivity means the property by which they allow the heat to pass through them. Metals are very good conductors of heat. That is why you have seen beta, we use metals utensils in cooking, in boilers, because they are good conductors of heat. They allow heat to pass through them. Okay. Silver is the best conductor of heat, best conductor. Whereas non-metals, they are poor conductors of heat and therefore they are insulators. Where they are used? They are used in the making of handles of cooker and pans. Because they are insulator, they don't allow heat to pass through them. That's why when we cook the food, then we can easily pick them up because they don't allow heat to pass through them. Exception is always there, a form of carbon. What is the form of carbon? Graphite, diamond. But here, diamond is a good conductor of heat. You can see graphite is also a good conductor of heat. Then, but exception, in the exceptions we use diamond is a good conductor of heat. Okay. Then graphite. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Metals are good conductors of electricity because they allow electric current to pass through them. Metals are widely used for electrical wires, cable, but beta, non-metals are poor conductors of heat. But graphite is a good conductor. What is graphite? form of carbon, which is used in making pencil lead, by which we write on the notebook. Now, sonority. What do you mean by sonority? The property, beta, by virtue of which metals can produce a ringing sound when struck with a hard surface. You have seen bells in the temple. Then, when in the bells in the center, you have seen iron round structure is there. When we beat that iron round structure with the surface of the bell, then what is produced? A loud sound is produced, because metals can produce sound when struck with a hard surface. So it means metals are sonorous. Therefore, they are used to make objects such as bells. But non-metals produce a very dull sound when struck with a hard surface. So, beta, today we have discussed about some general properties on the basis of which we can divide element into the metals and non-metals. Now you are able to distinguish between the metals and the non-metals. Thank you. Have a nice day.